welcome back to my life, our life. I mean,
My life, our life.
oopsies. Yeah, and my name's Twilight,
And I'm KG.
and today we're doing a thingy.
We're doing a moment, not just
Yeah.
a thingy.
Yeah, and we have 5 left now. Last
Yeah.
time we did
Summer
work, and and now we're doing a regular thing.
Yeah, we're doing a base game. So
Yeah.
it is your turn to pick Twilight.
Okay. I'm trying to remember which is which, honestly. There's growing, dinner, and road trip. I feel like maybe growing.
Growing?
Yeah, we
Alright.
should do that.
We are gonna do growing. Early one afternoon, you found yourself in the living room with your family. It was another one of those summer days where it felt too hot to go outside, but it wasn't too uncomfortable to do anything inside either. The air conditioner was cranked up as far as you could negotiate it, but everyone was still pretty lazy. You and your moms and your sister were lounging around whilst the TV blared on in the background, ignored by all of you. You especially were
Lying, lying spread eagle on the carpet, sitting cross-legged on the floor, perched on the arm of the couch, draped over the coffee table.
lying spread eagle on the carpet is a mood. a
All of them
mood.
are huge moods.
It's just like, but I feel like spread eagle is
Draped
more
over
of a
the-
mood. Yeah,
Draped over the coffee table, man.
me spread eagle on the carpet.
So I guess it's gonna be a randomizer then.
Yep,
How much is it? How many?
4,
4. 3.
3. Perched one arm on the couch. Elizabeth had claimed the entire couch for herself. It was too hot to argue over the space, so you didn't bother. Elizabeth broke the silence with a loud groan. You glanced over. She was lying on her back over the couch, massaging her calf with one hand.
Ugh.
Ugh, I feel terrible. I'm dying in this house and my legs hurt. Mom looked up from the magazine. She's barely flipping through and frowned, concerned.
Could you have strained them somehow?
Elizabeth flailed briefly, then flopped onto her side with a heavy sigh. I don't know, it just hurts.
Sweetie.
Oh, sweetheart. Ma got up from her seat at the kitchen table and walked over to your sister. She did a light pat on Elizabeth's shoulder sympathetically. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Maybe it's growing pains? You could be taller by next fall. Elizabeth scoffed. She didn't look impressed by Ma's assessment. I'd rather be my height forever than deal with this. Mom walked over to, leaning against the back of the couch.
Kids, they grow up so fast.
Mm.
Soon Elizabeth will have a home of her own, maybe even with a nice husband and some kids if she feels like it.
She sniffled loudly and wiped her eye, but you could tell it was a bit. You tilted your head even though you knew Elizabeth liked guys. It was hard to imagine her with a boyfriend or husband. She only seemed invested in hanging out with her group of friends, not chasing after boys. Ma must agree with you because she shook her head.
Now.
Now, let's not exaggerate it. She's still practically a child. But if you ever do pursue romance, Elizabeth, you can come talk to me about it.
Sorry, what? After eating, it's hard to talk. Definitely. We're always willing to lend an ear.
Elizabeth's features contorted in disgust.
No.
No way I'm talking to my moms about that. Mom's jaw dropped as she gasped in an exaggerated display of shock. Her hand came up to rest against her chest. Ma only grinned. She didn't look offended by Elizabeth's quick response at all. It wouldn't really be so bad to come to us. I know what it's like to have a crush on a pretty boy or two.
I don't, but
don't.
I
Oh,
can
yeah.
listen.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
sorry.
tried to read.
I'm sorry. Mom snorted at her own joke while Ma burst into giggles. They were having too much fun at Elizabeth's expense. As Elizabeth certainly wasn't feeling the amusement because she rolled her eyes and sat up.
Thanks.
I'm going back to my room. I'd rather melt alone, thanks. She strode towards the staircase, taking the steps 2 at a time. Your mom stared at her, then turned to each other with raised eyebrows.
Whoops, looks like we scared her off with all that romance talk.
Well,
Oh well, we'll get her next time. You watched them titter with some surprise. Obviously, your mom liked women, but you had no idea Ma liked guys too. Today was the first time you heard her say something like that. Ma, aw.
Wait.
Wait, you.
Ma, I always thought you liked ladies. You like guys too?
Ma turned to you, happy to bring you into things now that you spoke up. She smiled and nodded. That's right, I like both. But I like your mom out of everyone. She's special. Ma's smile turned all soft in corners, like it was usually when she looked at her. She pinched Mom's cheek slightly. Mom reached up to her, cupped a hand over Ma's. Even Ma stopped pulling her cheek. Their hands remained clasped together.
You're fantastic.
Thanks, Lonnie. I think most women have charm, but no one can hold a candle to you.
Oh,
Aw, Pamela. Ma beamed and then kissed Mom on the cheek she'd been pinching before.
You laughed at their antics. You thought the moment was very sweet. You cringed. Parents were embarrassing.
Sweet. They're sweet. Moms are sweet in this game.
They're too cute. Seriously.
Yeah, they're sweet. Like, how can I not? How can I not? Well, if I was actually
yeah.
a kid, I would probably be but like,
yeah,
come
if
on.
I was actually their kid, I would cringe. I was like, God, why do you have to be like that? Ew. I'm right here.
Well, you thought them. I feel like I feel like their moment was sweet, at least.
Yeah.
You smiled to yourself at the side. No matter how often your moms expressed their feelings for each other, it was always nice to witness it. Mom looked back at you, letting Mom's hand go with a brief squeeze. She settled down next to you, and Mom followed soon after. You know, I'm also here to listen to you whenever you're ready. The offer isn't just for Elizabeth. In fact, I think that talk might be needed sooner for you. After all, you already have someone, isn't that right? Mom shook her head and elbowed Ma, but it was futile.
Meddler. You blushed fiercely. You also elbowed her. Ma! I don't have someone. Yeah, that's true.
I would say Ma.
I would say Ma!
Ma. Ma only giggled and smiled, not looking the least a bit apologetic. There's no rush, of course. You can take all the time you need to figure out what or who you want.
it's okay.
Don't think you have to stick with whatever you come up with right now, either. Life's nice like that. You can change and you can learn. Mom nodded her agreement.
The two of us are happy to hear you out, and we may be able to relate better than you think. Still, we won't push the topic, at least most of the time.
She gave Ma the weakest scattering look possible while being unable to stop grinning.
Thanks, you nodded silently. You shrugged. You don't have to worry about it. I'd rather pass on all that. Thanks. Or you just nod
Thanks.
silently.
I would just say thanks. Thanks, mother.
Me, I just nodded silently. I guess.
I
I don't know.
guess we're randomizing that.
Yeah. Wow,
This
it's
part?
5 this time. Four.
Or you don't have to worry about it.
It's no trouble.
Where your parents, sweetie, will always worry. Mom let out another exaggerated sniffle. It didn't take a genius to realize it was fake.
First Elizabeth and now you, Sheena. Do you have to grow up?
Yes, children tend to do that from time to time. Your parents quickly grew absorbed in their conversation about rearing kids. You took that as your cue to leave, getting up so you could spend some time alone in your room too. They'd let you go without problem, so you made your way up the stairs. You let out a sigh once you stepped into your room. It was just sweltering in there as it was in the living room, possibly even warmer. You didn't even open your window since it was hotter outside. You just let the AC out. You dragged your feet across the room and checked your current sweltering condition in the mirror as you passed it. You thought back to the conversation you had downstairs about growing up and all that. After a moment, you stepped a bit closer to the mirror and stared to it, and turned away from the surface to look down at yourself. You were definitely growing, alright. It was weird thinking about how much you were, in comparison to what you've been when you were younger. When it came to your body, it...
Oh yeah, I don't know.
do you want to
getting
randomize
some
it?
muscle definition nowadays. Was chubby, was slender, was heavy set, was sort of scrawny. Yeah,
do you
sure,
want to
let's
randomize
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 5, right?
Yep.
Okay. 1.
1 was
Yeah.
getting some muscle definition nowadays.
Because we hung out with Cove.
Yeah. You shifted to the side, your head still facing toward and continuing self-evaluating from this viewpoint.
At birth, you were assigned female, and at birth, you were assigned male, and you were born intersex, and
I guess we were born as we picked our gender as female, pretty
yeah,
sure.
so I guess we're female then.
We're female, and
Your chest was flat now, but that could likely change at least a little as you got even older. You were starting to develop breasts. You already had noticeable breasts. You aimed not to have breasts through hormone therapy. Don't know.
don't know. Do you want to randomize it?
Or, yeah.
Like, I like the options that they give you in the game.
Okay. 2.
2, you were starting to develop breasts. Standing sideways, it was easier to notice the slight increase in that area. You took a step backwards, finished your impromptu inspection. You had locked eyes with your reflection, cocking your head to the side. All things considered,
You thought you looked fantastic. You didn't look too bad. You had no idea how to feel. You were simply neutral. You were self-conscious. You just wanted to look different than you did.
at 13, I don't think I would care. Because, like,
I don't know.
I don't know, like, I probably wouldn't really have an idea of how to feel about it,
Yeah.
honestly.
I don't. Well, I mean, I was self-conscious all the time, so I guess I feel really self-conscious. And so 6. I guess we're gonna randomize it.
Yeah.
I don't know. 4.
4, you were simply neutral. You tilted your head over to the opposite side, but you couldn't find anything to have much of an opinion on. You shook your head roughly, putting thoughts of what you were turning into out of your mind. This was the time to focus on such things. You had to find something to do in this heat. You scuffled over to your bed, collapsing over the mattress, your brows scrunched in thought. Time passed slowly, and to your annoyance, possibly ideas about what to do were few and far between. You weren't sure how long it had been, but eventually you heard your mom call you from downstairs.
Sheena, there's a call for you. Cove wants to come over. Is that all right?
You perked up immediately at the word. Sitting up in bed, you yelled at her back.
Yeah.
I don't think I read that right, but you get the point. You got to your feet and headed downstairs, eager to see your friend. You needed to go downstairs soon anyway, because your empty stomach told you it was almost time for lunch. Just as you reached the bottom of the stairs, you saw Mom put the phone back on the receiver. She glanced at Maud, leaning her hip against the kitchen counter.
What a pickle.
Well, there. Well, here comes trouble. We better prepare ourselves.
Maud clicked at her tongue in clear disapproval of Mom's words. He's such a good boy. Cove would never cause trouble. He can just be a bit thoughtless and impulsive.
Oh, I know. He's very sweet, but that's what makes it more of a problem, I mean. If a stranger or some kid from school was egging Sheena on to behave badly, I think we can both agree that she'd do the right thing in the end. But if Cove Holden got into a reckless mood and wanted Sheena to be a part of the ride, could I really be certain of what call she'd make then?
Yes.
Yes, I think so. Sheena helps Cove settle down. He would have gotten himself even more trouble without her.
Thanks.
You have a point.
Maud just laughed as she turned away, still snorting. Her eyes met yours. She blinked in surprise, then waved at you with an easy grin. Mom looked over, noticing you at the foot of the stairs as well.
Oh, I didn't expect you to come down already, Sheena. I just wanted to let you know what was happening. You pretended you didn't overhear their conversation. You called Mom out on her comment. I'm gonna call her out.
Call out Mom.
Well, if I hadn't come now, then I wouldn't have heard everything you said.
Pam.
Oh, you got
Ooh.
caught. Wait, oh, that's you.
Wait, that's... Ooh, Pam. You got caught, Pam.
What?
What? You were saying things too.
I didn't say anything I wouldn't have told Sheena directly.
Oh, you're unbelievable.
You shook your head at your parents, even though as you fought a blush when you remember just what they've been discussing.
All right, you got me. I'm sorry for being gossipy and saying that about your friends. I can be bad too.
Let's go.
We'll get out of your way now.
Mom sighed and Ma, defeated by her, made her way down the hall. Ma followed after her with a hushed giggle. Now you were alone in the living room, tasked with waiting for Cove. And that was just fine with you. If it hadn't been so hot outside, you would have visited him at his house a long time ago. You took a seat at the kitchen counter and settled in for the wait. As expected, there was a knock on the door for a few minutes later. When you got up and answered it, your neighbor was standing on the other side. He came in once you stepped aside to let him pass, giving a little wave. You greeted him as you typically did.
With a wave, with a low five, with a nudge to the shoulder, with Nugu, with a hug. Let's hug him.
With a hug. Yep. You stiffened in your arms, then relaxed seconds later. One would think he'd be used to your hugs after all these years. Hey. His voice was cracked as he struggled to say something. He didn't feel worried about that. It was how he usually reacted when you were close by. Cove sighed and wiped his face a bit. You noted a sheen of sweat across his brow. He must be glad be back in an air-conditioned place, even if it had only been a walk across the street to get there.
Is something going on? Why'd you want to come over?
I don't want to do anything when it's like this. He gestured vaguely to the humid air hanging around.
So...
I thought I could at least do nothing with you.
You thought that was really sweet. How'd you know I was doing nothing? Maybe I had plans. You nodded. That makes sense to you. I was thinking the same thing. How about... That was really sweet.
Yep. His words were nice and expressed real fondness for you, in a strange sort of way, which was usually the case with Cove.
Have you had lunch yet? I was gonna do it today. Do it soon.
He shook his head.
Not really.
I haven't really felt like eating because of the heat. I probably should have had lunch. I didn't have breakfast this morning.
Yeah, I get that sometimes too. You should really eat properly. You didn't eat at all? Then you gotta eat something now. Great, we can eat lunch together. Last one.
Honestly, I'd be like, you didn't eat at all, then you gotta eat something now. Because, like...
Me? Great, let's eat together because I didn't eat anything either. Let's go.
I guess we're randomizing it. Sounds like... Yeah.
What was it? 4?
4.
1.
Yeah, I get that sometimes too.
My parents don't like it when I do that though.
Mine don't either. They'll ask if I ate here when I get back home. As one, you headed into the kitchen. You crossed your arms as you glanced around, wondering what you could scrounge up for a meal. I don't want to eat anything that's warmed up. Is there anything cold or not cooked?
Yeah.
After a bit of back and forth, the two of you conclude that you should raid the fridge and cabinet in order to make sandwiches. With that said, you had planned decided on the outside layers first. There was a wide variety to choose from, since everyone in your house had their own favorites. There was white bread, wheat bread, sourdough, mixed grains, gluten-free bread, and pita pockets.
Hey.
Could you take the grain one for me?
Sure.
You reached for the mixed grains, then made your decision.
Lettuce wrap, bread, white bread, dough, sourdough, mixed grains. So are we gonna make a sweet thing or no?
I don't know. That's fine. We can randomize it if you want.
Okay.
See what kind of monstrosity we make.
All right. How much do we have?
7.
7. 4.
4. Mixed grains. You wanted mixed grains as well, so you set up just that into the counter. Then you had to decide the main direction the sandwich would go in.
You wanted to make a sweeter. Let's randomize that one.
Yeah, just randomize it. We can worry about the ingredients later.
1.
1. You wanted to make a sweeter style
with
sandwich.
With a multigrain, really?
Something sweet would be perfect in the sweltering heat. As for specific ingredients, Oh,
These are
God.
the ingredients we put in there.
Yep.
What do you want?
I'll pick the first one. I'll put mango slices on it.
Okay. Marshmallow fluff.
You want to put marshmallow fluff?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Since we're making a disaster.
We'll do two. We'll put orange marmalade in it,
And then a hazelnut spread.
and then
There
do you
you
want to
go.
do a randomized last one?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, right?
Mhm.
Five.
Grape jelly.
My God, this sounds.
That was
awful.
everything. You nodded yourself with a quiet hum, satisfied. The two of you bustled around the kitchen, opening and
Hate
closing
it.
things in order to collect everything you needed for your individual sandwiches. You focused intently on assembling your own for the most part when you were close to being done, though you glanced over at your neighbor. Cove was putting his sandwich together delicately, his brow furrowed and tongue sticking out just barely. There were open jars of peanut butter and honey near his plate, as well as a banana peel. So he was making a peanut butter banana honey sandwich on mixed grain bread.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Oh, was that it? Was
Yeah.
it- yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That sounded
I
great.
think sure. Sounded great. Maybe you'd had one for yourself a different time. Curiously satisfied, you turn your back to your plate and finish your own creation. By the time you were done, Cove had already cleaned up his workstation. He turned to face you, studying your sandwich briefly. A small smile tugged at the corners of his mouth. You didn't guess it looked edible to him, at least. Done?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Oh wait, I said it. He waited as you quickly returned the ingredients and cleaned the few utensils. And then the two of you collected your respective plates and you both agreed on heading upstairs to hang out in your room. You and Cove entered your bedroom while bouncing your food on the plates. Nothing fell, so it was a successful trip. Cove took a seat on the ground, stretching out on the hardwood floor in an attempt to keep a bit cooler. He immediately took a big bite of his sandwich, chewed, and then hummed happily. This sandwich is really good. At least that's something. At this point, you sat down and started on your own sandwich.
You shrugged. It was okay. You scrunched up your face. This did not turn out as expected. I don't know. Would it taste good? I mean, it's
I don't
orange
know.
marmalade, grape,
Like, I like orange marmalade. It's really good.
mango,
Mango
and there's
slices.
Nutella in there.
I've never had a fruity sandwich before, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, I have fruity sandwiches before. It's just that with Nutella, I guess it kind of. But then there's
Unless like you
marshmallow
count as an avocado like toast as like fruity, then like I don't know.
I guess it's okay.
Yeah, it would be okay. You had better sandwiches, but you had worse ones too. This would do. You leaned back on his hands while chewing and glanced around. His every movement was sluggish. Want to do something? It seemed the plan of not doing anything at all had already worn him, despite his lack of enthusiasm.
Yeah, like what? Maybe not really. You couldn't even muster a reply. Let's go and randomize it.
Yeah.
5, right? 3.
Okay, 3? Maybe. He rolled his head back, looking up at the ceiling. What about Hangman?
5 again. Alright. 5.
5? Is that the
Sure, why
answer?
not?
Sure,
Yeah.
why not? Okay. You put your plate to the side and pulled out some markers and scrap of paper. As you laid everything on the floor, he scooted back to make more room in the floor in front of you. Cole picked up the markers with his right hand and while keeping half a slice of sandwich in his left.
That's,
Can I pick the phrase?
Go ahead. I don't mind.
He smiled briefly before he bent over the paper and began sketching the hangman frame. Then he stopped, pursing his lips in thought. He tapped the ends of his marker against his cheek. You watched silently as Cove looked down at the paper, up at your face, and then off to the side in a loop. His marker kept tapping his cheek the entire time. You raised an eyebrow. He suggested the game and he wanted to pick the phrase, but it looked like he didn't actually have anything in mind for it. Finally, he put up the empty lines on paper to signify spots for the letters. Alright, you can start guessing. He peered over. His secret phrase consisted of 3 words. The first 2 had 3 letters and the last 4 had 4. He thought hard about what your first guess would be.
Our first mini game.
Yeah.
Let's see. R.
R?
Yeah.
You got one. After the first round, you were about to take another bite of your sandwich when a thought occurred to you.
I wonder if anyone turned off the TV downstairs. That's a random. The TV, it was on earlier, but no one was really watching. Then everyone started leaving the living room. I know I didn't turn it off. It might still be on downstairs with no one there.
Cole smiled quickly at that.
Oh.
Poor show, playing with no one around to enjoy. What was it? You squinted off into the middle of distance, trying to recall the show's name.
I feel like it was some kind of crime-solving solving drama.
Cove nodded sleepily, his eyes closed and then opened again with some effort. Can you give any specifics? Maybe I can guess it.
Well...
You rested your chin on your open palm groggily, thinking as hard as you could.
I remember there was a woman with long blonde hair, I think. She was solving she was the one solving crimes, like, as a detective or something. There were crimes in a police station because someone got arrested.
You lapsed into silence and the both of you moved thoughtfully. Then Cove chuckled. It wasn't that funny, but you joined in the laughter anyway.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither, and I just saw it.
Okay, my turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you.
Okay.
Good guess. Another round came and went, and Cove grumbled as he readjusted himself. His features were twisted in grimace. I feel so sticky. Ugh, I'm gonna be stuck on this floor forever now.
I'll have to charge you rent then. You can be my new roomie if you want. Looks like we'll both be stuck here forever then. I'm sticky too. No way, I'll peel you off if I had to. You just smile at his whining. Randomizing.
Yeah.
2.
Good thing. Yep. You can be my new roomie if you want. He smiled slightly at your joke suggestion. That wouldn't be so bad. You couldn't help but smile too. Now the thought about it being roommates with Cove would be fun. And you returned to the game. Nice. No, sorry, I'm gonna start adding the little person. Cove spoke up once more, catching your attention. He was peering down at the piece of paper between you, his expression thoughtful. You know, Hangman is kind of a creepy game. Why did people come up with it? Why did they play it?
Maybe it's what they had instead of real court trials back then.
Oh my god.
I've always wondered about that. I'll have to look it up later. It's a really old game. No one's sure where the name came from. I like the first one. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna do a randomizer?
Yeah. I guess. It's just a randomizing episode.
Come on. 1.
1?
Yep.
Maybe it had been a real court or trials instead back then. Cove raised a skeptical brow. You bit a laugh and a faint seriousness.
If you got it right, then you were innocent and they let you go. But if you got it wrong, they killed you. That sounds like
You shuddered at your eerie explanation before rejecting it outright.
No way.
That's terrible and not real. You chuckled to yourself and went back to the creepy game.
Why?
Oh, yeah, it's
What? Oh, you?
Oh, wait. Yep. I'm gonna put C.
Hmm.
Yep, that's right. At this point, Cove had finished his sandwich. Yours was almost gone too, but you were getting thirsty. You brought it up to your neighbor.
Should we go downstairs to get some drinks?
I was thinking that too, but I didn't really want to get up.
Me neither.
You looked over at him, narrowing your eyes with false suspicion.
But hey, what happened to you not being able to get up ever again because you were stuck to the floor?
That's so true. I mean, we're not actually going, are we? I only thought about it. You rolled your eyes and dropped the issue defeated. Cove grinned a little at your disappointment over his victory.
E.
That's another one. I wonder what this word is. You're really close.
What? Oh. Yeah, oh.
Yeah. You're definitely gonna get it.
Yeah. A.
You are cute. That was the phrase that Cove had spent so long settling on. You stared at it. A few correct letters in, you had a feeling you knew that what the phrase was, but still felt butterflies in your stomach after seeing it clear as day on the paper. You took the words for a moment longer, then looked up at Cove. You had trouble meeting your shocked gaze, a smile settling awkwardly on his lips. His next words left him in mumble.
I mean...
It was all I could think of at the time.
You covered your face bashfully. You gave him a playful shove, still in disbelief. You stayed where you were, unable to move. You fell backwards onto the floor. Wrap your arms around him.
Aw, yeah, wrapping his arms. He's such a cinnamon roll. It was an instant. You leaned over and wrapped your arms around him in a hug.
No, you're cute. I can't believe you. Damn, Cove. You just let out a small squeak. That's so cute. Thank you. And then you didn't say anything. I guess we're gonna randomize it.
Yeah, it's 6.
Okay. Six. That's what it
You
is.
let out a small squeak. Cove smiled a bit more, clearing, still feeling awkward about the move he pulled. He turned away from you, his cheeks tinted pink. A moment passed between the two of you. Now you would be perfect time to change the subject, but you didn't. He didn't either.
I can't believe we're not dating yet.
You're 13.
I mean, they're
Things
both
started to
13.
feel a bit personal all of a sudden. You looked into Cove's ocean eyes and saw yourself staring back.
I really think you're cute, seriously. Did you mean it? Do you really think I'm cute? You didn't say anything.
I don't know.
Did you mean it? You really think I'm cute? I think
Yeah.
so.
Yep. Cove didn't crack a smile or tell you he was joking. He firmly kept his gaze. Yeah. Finally, he broke the eye contact. I heard at some point you're supposed to start liking types of people, guys or girls or whoever.
I don't know.
I haven't really noticed that yet. Nothing's changed. Not in a big way. Not for everybody. Maybe I have to grow up more, but at least with... You waited, but he trailed off. He wasn't going to keep talking. You felt a little disappointed. You wish he had continued what he was saying. You shook off the strangeness of the situation and tried to be supportive.
Maybe you just don't like anybody, or maybe you like all types of people. That's normal too.
Cove seemed to appreciate the thought. A flipped smile that appeared on his face, on his lips, was an indication. But the expression was quick to disappear. He peered over you, looking nervous. Okay, what about you? What kind of guy or person do you like? He winced and seemed to mentally kick himself saying it like that. You considered his questions carefully. Did you know or who or what you liked? Okay, this is where we get to really choose what our character likes in general.
She likes Cove. Only Cove, nobody else.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like that too. I was like, I feel like I don't really like anybody except for the one person. But yeah,
Mm,
there was only one person you'd ever had those feelings for. I feel like that's it.
yeah, but I feel like at that point, 13, I don't know. Like you
Yeah,
would,
13. You're still figuring it out, I guess.
yeah. Do you want to randomize it then?
Yeah, sure.
It is 5. Because we can change it
2.
later and 2.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to feel physical attraction in specific cases and situations. Okay, there's another random romance.
You were
one.
starting to have romantic attraction in a general way. You only seem to feel romantic attraction in specific cases and situations. You didn't think you could tell if you had an interest in people romantically. There was only one person you'd ever had romantic feelings for. Okay, fine.
I feel like the last one is that would make sense.
that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. You only had
Should
one person.
Yes, we should do that.
But specifically when it came down to how you feel towards boys.
Found them attractive. You thought you'd be happy to be with a guy someday. You found them attractive, but you hadn't thought about being with a guy. You weren't physically interested, but you'd be happy in a romantic relationship with a guy. You generally weren't interested in guys, but there were special exceptions.
I feel like it's the last one. Since because we're with Co, so. And how you felt towards girls?
Found them attractive. You thought you'd be happy to be with a girl someday. You find them attractive, but you hadn't thought about being with a girl. You weren't physically interested, but you'd be happy in a romantic relationship with a girl. You weren't interested in girls. You generally weren't interested in girls, but there were special occasions.
Exceptions. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if for I don't know. Like I feel like the last one would be like, that would make sense.
Makes
You know?
sense.
Because
Or just not interested in general. Randomizer?
Yeah, sure.
5, right?
Mhm.
Okay. 4.
You weren't interested in girls. For people who aren't exclusive to male or female. Okay.
You found them attractive. You thought you'd be happy to be with someone non-binary someday. You found them attractive, but you hadn't thought about being with someone non-binary. You weren't physically interested, but you'd be happy to have a romantic relationship with someone non-binary. You weren't interested in someone non-binary. You generally weren't interested in someone who's non-binary, but there were special exceptions.
Again, I would feel like the last option.
Yeah, last option sounds like a thing.
There were special exceptions. You return your attention to Cove. He was waiting patiently for your response.
You explain how you feel to Cove, of course.
Yep.
Hello.
Explain it. Yeah.
Let's do it.
He listened intently, taking in every word as you tried to convey how you felt. He definitely perked up when you mentioned having some interest in romantic relationships. Then he scratched the back of his head sheepishly. I'm not really sure how we ended up talking about all of this when we started just playing hangman. But it's
you
good, I
flirted
think.
with us, Cove.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Cove, you flirted with us first, so...
Think so too. He shrugged. It was awkward. The conversation had a mind of its own. He just nodded quietly. You shrugged. I shrugged.
Yeah. Cove chuckled a little bashfully. He glanced around, clearly scrambling for something to say. So, have you gotten any new accessories or stuff recently?
Yeah, actually, I'm really glad you brought it up.
The conversation took a lighter turn after that, and you felt like it got closer that afternoon. Finally, the blazing sun began to set. To your relief, the cool air cooled down a bit as a result. You pulled yourself off the floor as Cove did. With some minor complaints, you both stretched your arms, scrolling and yawning into your hands. You glanced out your window briefly, taking in of reds, pinks, and purples of the late afternoon sky. Some had made you through the scorching hot day in one piece. Cove turned towards you, motioning towards your window with his chin. Wanna go outside? It might be better out there than here it is now.
Sounds good. I could really use some fresh air.
The two of you took your time heading downstairs. You stopped briefly to grab a drink of water, then continued on your way. You stepped outside one after the other, your destination being the familiar hills behind your house. This time of day it was quiet outside. The flowers blew gently in the wind, petals trembling but stubbornly hanging in there. You felt a breeze cool your heated skin and your relaxed your shoulders. Cove closed his eyes, releasing a deep breath. I really love it out here.
I do too. You do? That's some interesting. You do? That's surprising, you said jokingly. Your opinion sure has changed since you were first on this hill. You quietly enjoyed the moment. We're gonna go and randomize.
Yep.
Three.
Your opinion has changed since you were first on this hill. Cove chuckled, not even attempting to deny your words. A beat passed, but his gaze didn't stray from your own. His voice was impossibly soft when he spoke up again.
Sheena.
I'm glad I met you, Sheena. You're really important to me, you know?
You blush at the statement. I feel the same way. That's so nice of you to say. You smiled silently. You're being too sweet. You're special to me, Cove. 6, I guess, right? We're gonna randomize?
Yep.
6.
6. You're special to me, Cove. Your voice came out equally delicate from the way his features brightened, though you knew he heard you. Then Cove reached over and held your hand without another word. Aww. Even as the sun disappeared completely and the sky darkened, you and Cove remained side by side as long as you possibly could. Aww. That was cute.
It's adorable. And that's the end, right?
That's the end. That's
Alright.
it.
Wow, 4 more to go.
Yeah, 4 more to go, and that'll be the end of step 2.
Yay.
Yay.
Woohoo!
But yeah. Yeah. Anyways, this was a good moment. It is really cute and
Simple.
it was simple. There wasn't
then
drama or anything like that.
Yeah, and then you just figure out about yourself as a person in this game, which is nice.
Yeah, I really appreciate the creator for giving so much option in this game and a lot of creativity and all that. It's really cool that they did this, and yeah. Anyway, so we are going to be ending up this episode here, and we thank you for watching, and please check out GV Patch on their social media and help support them on Patreon or buying the DLC, and please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.